Did you know that the UK national average for passing the driving test is 48.7%? This rate also drops to around 30% if you're taking your driving test in a busy city centre. This video is going to be looking at the #1 reason for failing the driving test in the UK as of July 2026. And the fault is not making effective observations at junctions. Ineffective observations at junctions is also the main factor of 47% of collisions in 2023 according to a government survey. This video is split into 7 parts which the DVSA have listed as 7 faults for failing or ineffective observations at junctions. When you approach any junction, you must be able to make effective observations before moving on to a new road and make sure it's safe before proceeding. Any mistakes made in this section of your driving test will be marked down as observation junctions. I'm going to list all 7 faults for failing for observations at junctions, and number 7 still confuses me to this day. So coming in at number 1 is failing to judge the speed of oncoming vehicles when turning left or right from a minor to a major road. So we've got a junction up ahead. I'm going to be turning right. So I've done my mirrors, done my signals, got my position. So you need to make sure that whenever you're pulling out of a junction, that you're not going to be slowing any vehicle down or hitting the brakes. If a vehicle is too close and the examiner needs to use the dual controls, then it will be an automatic fail. So just sit patiently on a junction and just wait for a gap to arrive. There's nothing coming from my left now. Another final check and merge into the new road. Coming in at number 2 is approaching a roundabout. Going to turn left and there's vehicles coming from your right hand side, and regardless of where it is, you're not considering them and you're just pulling out directly in front of them. If there's something coming from the right, then you need to make sure that you're not making anyone alter their speed or their direction as they're coming around the roundabout. Coming in at number 3 is turning from a minor to a major road without looking at all. Going to be turning left at the end of the road, mirrors, signals. So he's approaching a junction and just driving straight out. You need to make sure that whenever you approach a giveaway line, you're giving way to pedestrians and you're giving way to traffic which is already on that main carriageway. Coming in at number 4 is failing to observe when joining a dual carriageway from a slip road. When you're approaching a dual carriageway from a slip road, there's a giveaway line before you reach the main carriageway. You need to give way to vehicles which are already on the main carriageway. So if there's something there, you've potentially got to slow down and wait for it. So mirrors, signals, just taking a little bit of a wider view and a blind spot check and another mirror check before I actually come out to make sure it's safe. If anyone needs to slow down or swerve to make it safe behind you, then you will fail your driving test. Coming in at number 5 is failing to identify a crossroads and driving straight through without making any observations whatsoever. Got a crossroads ahead of us, going to be going straight ahead, and you need to be identifying the giveaway signs on the floor. If they've got giveaway signs opposite the junction, sorry, to the sides of the junction, and make sure that you're checking left and right and ahead at all times. So coming in at number 6 is looking too late. And what this means is that you've already crossed over the giveaway line before you've actually looked. You need to make sure that you're stopping at the giveaway line, having good checks left and right before you actually emerge. If you cross over the giveaway line first and something's coming, then there's a high chance of somebody having to hit the brakes or swerve to get round you, or the examiner going for the dual controls. And on to number 7 is failing to look left whenever you're turning left. Absolutely baffles me. Whenever you're turning left, you need to make sure that your exit road is clear before you proceed. Just looking to the right or ahead is not good enough. You need to make sure that you are aware of any obstructions or traffic coming towards you, pedestrians crossing the road. Make sure that whenever you pull out, it is safe to pull out, and keep checking left and right. So those are the top 7 reasons for failing on observations on your driving test in the UK. If you cause any other driver or any other road user to slow down, stop, or change the direction due to poor observations, those are the reasons why you will fail your driving test. So according to the DVSA top 10 driving test fails in the UK, the number 2 fault is not using your mirrors correctly when changing direction. What you must demonstrate when you're on your driving test and while you're driving is you must always make full and effective use of all mirrors. Check your mirrors before you signal, change direction or change your speed, and use the mirror signal maneuver procedure effectively. I broke these faults down into 5 sections to make this a little bit more understandable of when and why you should be checking your mirrors. Number 1, not using your mirrors when exiting a roundabout. You need to turn right on a large multi-lane roundabout, and when you move from the right to the left lane, you fail to do any near side observations. So we're approaching a roundabout now where we're going to be turning right. There's 2 lanes on the exit. So on approach, we're going to check our rear and right mirrors, change our positional signal. As we enter, we check to our right to make sure it's safe to go. But the fault is when you're actually exiting. So as you're going round the roundabout, there's a vehicle coming straight ahead of me now. And I have to consider that that vehicle may come around the roundabout at the same time as me. So you need to make sure that you're making effective observations when you're leaving a roundabout. Number 2, causing a vehicle to slow down when changing lanes on a dual carriageway. When you're on a dual carriageway, you check your mirrors, you see there's an approaching vehicle, but you still change the lane regardless, and you cause that vehicle approaching from the rear to slow down. So I'm going to be joining a dual carriageway here. It's a 50-mile-an-hour road, and what the fault is here is that there's no consideration for vehicles which are coming up your right hand side. So I'm checking my mirrors. At the moment the vehicle's behind quite a distance away, and also when you're overtaking, you're not considering any vehicles in the right hand lane, and you're pulling out and then making those vehicles slow. It's also the same when you're coming back in. So you're checking the vehicles. I can see the vehicle behind is actually trailing back a little bit, so I know that I'm going slightly faster than them, so it's safe for me to come back in. If I slow them down, then that's a fault on the driving test. Number 3, trying to change lanes on a roundabout when there's a vehicle alongside you. When you're on a large roundabout and you're on the inside lane, close to the curb on the inside of the roundabout, you need to change lanes to exit, but you fail to recognise that there's a vehicle on your left hand side, and the examiner has to now grab the steering because you're going to pull in front of that vehicle and you're going to slow them down. So failing to consider vehicles on your left hand side when you're changing lanes. I'm going to come into the right hand lane here, and I am going to the right. And what the issue is here is that you're not considering vehicles coming from the left. As you can see, the van just pulled out If there's no consideration for those vehicles joining the roundabout, then it will fail your driving test. Number 4, exiting a roundabout without checking your rear and left mirror. When you exit a roundabout, you fail to check your mirrors and you cut across the path of a vehicle which is coming up the left-hand side of you. So when you exit a roundabout, we're going to go straight ahead in this roundabout. When you're exiting a roundabout, you should always consider that something may be coming around the left hand side of you, so you should be checking behind yourself and your left mirror to make sure that nothing is actually coming up the left hand side of you and you know what's following you. Number 5, failing to check your mirrors when you're going around parked vehicles. What this means is when you approach a parked vehicle, you fail to check your right mirror to come around the parked vehicle, and then you fail to check the left mirror to come back in, causing any overtaking or undertaking vehicles to brake or stop. So whenever you're going around parked vehicles, you need to know what's behind you and what's potentially coming around the right hand side of you. And when you're coming back in, you need to know what's on the left hand side of you. So I'm going to come back in after this van, so I'm going to check my left mirror. And to come out around this Mercedes, I'm going to check my rear, then my right, then I change my position. If I need to slow it down because I can't get through a space, I need to be checking my rear view mirror to make sure that it is safe to stop before I actually come to a stop. Left mirror to come back in, rear, right mirror to come back out. So when you're driving, always make sure that you know exactly what's around you at all times. You know what's behind you, you know what's on the side of you, and you know what's approaching you. It's an easy fault to pick up on a driving test, and it's an easy way to have a collision when you're not aware of your surroundings. The number 3 fault for failing your driving test in the UK is not moving away safely. When moving away safely, you must be able to move away safely with the correct observations. You must be able to move away from the side of the road, on a slope or a hill, and from behind a parked vehicle. This section has been broken down into 4 parts. Part 1, moving away from behind a parked car and causing vehicles from behind or approaching you to slow down or stop. So when moving away from behind a parked vehicle, you need to be doing good all-round observations, finding your bite point, checking your blind spot to make sure it is safe to go, and also consider any vehicles coming towards you. Now, because this vehicle's parked on the right-hand side of the road, anything coming towards me would be in the middle of the road and I would cause them to slow down. Part 2, repeatedly moving away without checking your blind spots. You should be making effective observations and rechecking your blind spots just before you move away. Repeatedly not doing the correct observations when you're moving away. This is a bit which a lot of people get confused about when they're actually learning to drive and where they should be looking. My biggest tip for this is whenever you're moving away from the side of the road, just have a look at the area you're driving in first. So because we're in a residential area, there's a lot of driveways and there's pavements. I'm going to look all around the vehicle at both blind spots before I actually set the car up. Once the car's set up, I'm going to recheck, and just as I start to move away, I'm going to recheck my blind spot and consider any vehicles coming towards me. If I'm parked in an area where there's no chance of anything coming up the left hand side of me, then I might just consider a left mirror check and not a left shoulder check. So make sure that you're aware of your surroundings before you move away. Part number 3, this is moving away from the right hand side of the road and causing oncoming vehicles to slow down or stop to allow you to go. moving away from the right hand side of the road. Now we need to consider anything coming towards us as well, and making sure that our all-round observations are effective. So whenever you're moving away from the right hand side of the road, we always check the right side first and then move to the middle of the direction that the car is going to be moving. So I'm going to set the car up again and have a little look over my right shoulder. Good look around the car. I've got nothing coming towards me, nothing coming behind me. And then I'm going to have a final check in my right mirror, and then over my left shoulder, checking my left shoulder again, and checking my left shoulder again, making sure that it is safe before I actually proceed. And the fourth part is not doing correct observations when moving away after doing the emergency stop. Whenever you do the emergency stop, you've stopped in the middle of the road, you should be checking all around the vehicle, checking both sides as well as forward and rear before moving away. So when we do the emergency stop, you don't need to do any observations to stop, as it's emergency. The examiner will indicate by raising their hand or just by saying the word stop. So when you stop, put your handbrake on, you put it into neutral, you relax for a second and just check all three mirrors, just so you know if something's coming around you. When you're ready to move away again, the examiner will say, when you're ready, I won't ask you to do that again, you can move away. Set the car back up as if you've parked on the left hand side of the road. Good look all around the vehicle, and a final check just before you move away. So I hope this video gives you a better understanding of what the examiners are looking for on your driving test for effective observations. And hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.